Yeah.
It's going down, man. It's DJ Calvador got it. And this joint is produced by my dog, Joe.
Latin my steps to my future. The smoke rises from the hookah. I find clarity in the fall. I find clarity in the fall. As the blot my steps to my future. The smoke rises from the hookah. I find clarity in the fall. I find clarity in the fall.
Yo, searching for my answers to my questions. I dodged the police so I won't get arrested. Or even worse, Troy Davis needle injected. Damn, I feel like a black man's soul never respected. The prayer warriors turn to mourners in the morning. Lady Justices told me that truth wasn't important, and now they trying to stop me from copping the Beretta. I gotta protect myself at all times so I won't get Mayweather. How many people it take to save a life? I guess we'll never know because they killed him at midnight. The guard on death row screaming next. I guess it could be you, or it could be me.
Light my steps to my future. The smoke rising from the hookah. I find clarity in the fall. I find clarity in the fall. Light my steps to my future. The smoke rises from the hookah. I find clarity in the fall. I find clarity in the fall.
Weezy having nightmares at the bottom. I'm dreaming about anarchy at the top. I'm wiping off my shoes. I never watch my step in the streets. I crowd stare in the bullshit. During peacetime, I sharpen the sword. They want me die for peace, so I live for war. The mystery is I'm 6'3" and honest. With a Napoleon complex, I'm fishing thoughts out my stream, my conscious life. Is it idol worship when you won't be better than your idol? That's homicidal, mama rush me to revival. Not even writing, rap retarded, 50 Tyson flow title. Wait, I have a self-esteem like Joel Osteen. Think poetic things with no justice. Just corrupt people trying to handcuff us. Someone tell me when's enough is enough. And don't get it confused. If the revolution's not televised, it's gonna be on YouTube. And when it's around you, you should join too. Just tell the government, fuck you.
By now, the world is aware that Troy Davis, a 42-year-old black American from Georgia, was executed after the Supreme Court of the United States denied his 11th hour appeal. He was convicted in the 1989 murder of an off-duty Savannah, Georgia police officer, but he maintained his innocence until the very end. Davis exhausted all of his appeals in the court system, fighting to win a new trial. He presented affidavits from 7 of the 9 witnesses at his trial who recanted their original testimony. Despite the overwhelming doubt surrounding his guilt, Davis never received a new trial and was unjustly put to death by lethal injection. I don't like to contradict other judges, but Davis should have been granted a new trial so that he could prove his innocence. This was, without a doubt, a grave miscarriage of justice. We've long known our justice system is broken. Davis's execution shows us just how flawed the system has become. Too often, prosecutors and parole boards simply refuse to admit they are wrong or have doubts about the guilt of the accused. Our nation's governors are often unwilling to sacrifice their political careers in the name of doing the right thing. Troy Davis was failed at every step of the judicial process. America must revamp its legal system, beginning with the way we investigate and arrest suspects and continuing to the way we prosecute them and the way we handle appeals. We must not allow prosecutors to convict an individual based solely on eyewitness testimony when new evidence is introduced or witnesses recant their testimony. A new trial should automatically be granted when this occurs. Lastly, we need a nationwide ban on the death penalty. One innocent man put to death is one too many. If we can't be certain of the legitimacy of the convictions, the practice must be halted. It is criminal that this man was executed with so much doubt surrounding his case, and Georgia has blood on its hands.
We came in, the warden was in the room with him, another prison official, a medical attendant plus one that was off to the side, and then Troy Davis strapped to the gurney. The warden read while we were there, read the order from the Chatham County judge, asked Troy Davis if he had any statement. Davis made his statement. They ordered the procedure to go on. He asked if he had a prayer first. There was no response. Warden stepped out of the death chamber, and then it started.
The lethal injection started at 10:53. He turned his head very slightly to his left the same minute the lethal injection started. The next minute, I have him blinking his eyes a little more rapidly for a very brief few seconds. I have him squeezing his eyes shut for maybe a second and then opening them again. And then at 10:54, about 2 minutes after about a minute after the lethal injection started, I have him appearing to yawn. And then around 10:55, it started slowing down. And 10:58, which was 5 minutes after the lethal injection started, they did a consciousness check to make sure he was unconscious before they start the next two lethal injection drugs that paralyze his body and stop his heart.
It was somber. I mean, none of these are easy. It was very quiet, much more so. The only sound where we were sitting was the sound of the air conditioner. People weren't moving. I mean, it was not even some casual movement. I think everybody in there understood the enormity of what was going on and acted accordingly. It was very, very quiet, very respectful, and very somber.
In the Circuit Court for the 9th Judicial Circuit in and for Orange County, Florida. State of Florida versus Casey Marie Anthony. As to case number 2008 CF 15606-0. As to the charge of first-degree murder, verdict as to count 1. We, the jury, find the defendant not guilty, so say we all, dated at Orlando, Orange County, Florida, on this 5th day of July, 2011, signed foreperson. As to the charge of aggravated child abuse, verdict as to count 2. We, the jury, find the defendant not guilty, so say we